Welcome to the presentation of AcuRebate, an AccuBoost product published by Information Integration Group IIG. So IIG publishes many enhancements for Acumatica. Here you see a list of IIG enhancements that are on Acumatica price list, some others that we sell directly. And of course, we had a couple of enhancements that Acumatica purchased from IIG. So you in AcuRebate, you set up rebate programs. Here we're looking at a rebate program 12. Each rebate program could be entered where a rebate earned is a percentage of the selling price or varies based on the amount. If it's more than $10, you get this percentage rebate. If it's sold for $12, you get this rebate, or it could be based on invoice amounts to under that rebate program. So at the end of the month, if you sell more than $10,000, the customer sold more than 10,000, then they'll get a X% rebate. If it's more than 25, a different rebate amount. Notice that you have the ability to group items or customers for an eligible rebate. So here, there are two pieces of information: rebate by stock item, where you will enter an item, or a rebate class, where you will enter a rebate class: notebooks, PPG paint, clear coats. So you'll define the groupings in the rebate class setup program, and then you link items to that rebate class. As for customers, you can have a customer class that gets a rebate, maybe distributors, maybe retail customers, or a parent customer. If it's a buying group, usually set up as a parent customer. In addition, rebates could be set up such where you're giving a credit memo, issuing a credit memo to the customer, or doing an AP chargeback, or both. And of course, for that would be for the enter date range. Rebates could also be set up where a customer is set up with a discount, a percentage discount code in Acumatica. And if that customer is set up for that rebate, then in here you basically would be discounting the selling price. So you could create a credit memo or discount the selling price, or do both. That's an option that we have available. Of course, in the customer record, we will show you all the rebate programs that customer is set up for. As you're entering a sales order, we will show you what are the eligible rebates in that sales order that the customer is eligible for. Of course, these are all security events. If need be, they could be hidden so users cannot see them. You'll see the rebate information at the invoice as well, the invoice transaction generated. Then, of course, there's a rebate worksheet program, which will show you the rebates earned by transaction, give you the ability to make changes for whatever reason you want to modify the rebate amount earned. Of course, that could be done transaction by transaction, or it could be done for the entire month. And you'll set up what kind of a credit memo you want to create: one per sales order, or one per item, or one per customer, or same with the AP side of things. So here we look at a credit memo. Or a debit memo. There's a report on the screen that will display, similar to the sales order, what's the margin, taking into account rebates, and the same thing both customer side and the vendor side. You'll see that. Of course, there are other reports that will show you rebate information. Now the actual program. So So this is the program where you see the set up the rebate program. We look at the rebate program 13. It's for class of items, PPG paints. The vendor is the PPG chemicals. And in here, we've set up a specific customer, but it could be, again, it could be a parent customer, a class of customer, distributors, whatever. Set up to be at 4%, and we're doing both vendor as well as the customers. Here's where you set up your rebate class: your prime paints, PPG items, notebook computers, and in the stock item form of Acumatica, you link that item to a rebate class. So we're going to go enter a sales order into the system. ABC holder. So when the user is entering the transaction, they really have no idea that they're entering a rebate generating eligible transaction. They'll just enter the item. I can enter a quantity of 4. And notice that what's going to happen is, it's calculated rebate amount. It will show it to you. So you have the ability to see that rebate. Of course, if you go to the eligible rebate tab, then you'll be able to see both the eligible rebates that this transaction is eligible for. Now, you could have a transaction generate two rebates, maybe one to the buying group and one to the customer. Those are all settings. If this transaction is also the a line item is eligible to a discount because of the rebate, that would show in here. So the rebate programs and the discount percent. Other than that, you just basically process the transaction, where you do a create shipment or you do a quick process in Acumatica, where you're basically telling it that just go ahead and process all the functions, create a shipment, update the inventory, release the invoice. We'll go ahead and do that, and we'll be able to see the invoice generated. Now, there are other things that are optional in AcuRebate, things like whether you want to post liability to GL or for the rebates as processed before the end of the month, or just wait until the end of the month and create the transaction, then have it impact the GL at that time. So if I go to the rebates worksheet, I'll be able to see that rebate generated. And if I needed to make any changes, I could make the changes here. Rebate to pay, I could modify that if I wanted to. Otherwise, I can let the system go with the amount that is created. I could release it, meaning this invoice I want to release and process. Of course, I mentioned you could do it one transaction at a time, or you could do it from the rebate worksheet and process them all by coming to the rebate transaction. And it would go ahead and generate all the transactions here. Of course, you could still, again, make changes. You could define how you want the AP to be generated, one per vendor per month, or one per invoice line, or one per sales order invoice. The same thing on the customer side. So very powerful enhancement. It gives you the ability to see transactions processed with their rebate affected margin, and it eliminates the need to do anything manual as far as processing rebate. Thank you for the opportunity. If you have any questions, you can reach out to IIG for more details.